This is sports stuff. Boring stuff.
Ow.
Let's go.
Boom.
This is Sports Stuff Betting Stuff, the number one sports betting podcast coming out of the Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff Enterprise. I'm your host and the original degenerate, Muff.
Hello, Muff.
Howdy, folks. Joined alongside the Ohio homer, the Ohio degenerate, and the capo of the Midwest Crack House, Jim.
Horns down. Horns down.
Also, another member of the original degenerate crew, our medical degenerate, Alex.
That's me.
And joining us again tonight, today, and for the rest of the season, he is just another degenerate from Cleveland, Ohio.
Just here to support Jim.
Neme rejoins for week 2. He came back. He rejoined. He's part of the betting show now.
I'm happy to have him.
I had to come back after the 4-1 week.
Yeah, after he beats us all.
Everybody likes a winner. That's for sure. As a reminder,
and you get shit talked upon you. Just saying.
Why does Ohio State get shit talked upon them?
You said everybody likes a winner, national champions, and yet everybody still talks shit. It's weird.
You don't even really fully embrace that national championship, though. It's as if you lost.
I don't know. There's a Facebook group that I did embrace it, and I still got shit upon.
That's true. All right, for anybody that's new listening, what we're going to do is go over last week's best bets and our specialty picks, which includes a new pick this year, Jim's Supa Dawg Pick of the Week.
Supa Dawg.
And then we will go into this week's football game, starting with the NFL, because, yes, it is NFL Week 1, and as you're listening to this, it is a day that NFL football will be played.
Yes.
So we have a full slate of games to chat about this week. And as a reminder, our exclusive betting app is FanDuel.
FanDuel.
I bet with FanDuel.
You bet
You
with
get a lot
FanDuel?
of promos from FanDuel.
You get them for the moment.
Yeah.
I bet with FanDuel.
All right, Neme.
And
Yeah, you cheat on FanDuel, don't you?
I might, but it's
He
one
hasn't
of the
learned the
books.
rules yet. We're getting there.
do you seek out like arbitrage opportunities, Neme?
Can you explain that? What do you mean?
Yeah, big words, Muff.
That would be whenever you can find two lines. I mean, almost exclusively, you're going to find these in conflicting sports books where you can put bets on either side and still come out up money.
I'm not that advanced. I don't really line shop either. I mostly, as I've talked about with you, mostly kind of just shop all the promos and the boosts and the no sweats and everything, and just kind of take advantage of the money they give you. So it's hard enough to win. So I'm going to try to take what they get.
Bingo, bango, bongo. This week, I will start my journey to place a bet on every NFL game throughout the entire season. We did some quick arithmetic, and that is how many games, Jim?
272.
272. 1 unit bets. I will discuss my conditions, the rules I've placed on myself for this. Alex has agreed to join in the ride.
I am.
Are we going to dive into that now? Or are we going to wait till that moment?
We will wait until we get to putting it after our best bets. This will be like
I have questions. I have lots of questions.
I didn't expect anything less from you.
Good. All right.
We will also be introducing our NFL Survivor pick option, which Neme has brought to the show. So we all have to pick a winner, a straight up winner for each NFL game, of which we can only use each team once.
It's straight up winner.
Straight up winner, one a week, and you just can't use that team again.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, for me, he has not looked far ahead to try to strategically plan this. We're going to be week to week into what happens here. So we'll see how that goes, and who knows, maybe we'll restart it if we all suck.
So who's going to keep track of this? Because that's going to matter to me. Because if Neme's keeping track of it, I'm not as worried as if like Muff's keeping track of it.
Why would you be worried if I keep track of it?
Because like everything. You keep track of everything, and you're going to be an asshole about it. Like
we have a little spreadsheet, I think, that can help us keep track of it.
Okay.
We do or you do?
We do. You put it on the bottom of our sheet.
All right.
All right, we can. There's a will, there's a way. If it's a spreadsheet, Alex knows I'm in.
Yes, Muff loves spreadsheets.
All right. Before we get into a breakdown of last week, let's introduce everybody to our totems, our tokens, our items of good luck. Starting this week with Jim.
My Egyptian magic lamp.
Is this truly Egyptian?
It is.
I'm really asking.
Yeah, it came from Egypt. I had a friend who went to Egypt and brought it back.
Nice. I don't know if you described it as such last week.
Yeah.
I think it was just a magic lamp. So I'm glad to know it
Egyptian
has additional value.
It does. It's
From
nice.
an Aladdin playset.
No, it actually came from Egypt.
Both equally good stories of how you came to get this, if I'm being honest. Next, Alex.
I have my green flag because it's money time and we're ready to go.
I'm glad it made it to week 2. That's my favorite part to this.
All right, Neme, what is your item of good luck?
Bringing it back, the first place trophy for the first place guy. We'll try to keep it going this week.
There it is. And I will be wearing different Masters apparel throughout this betting season.
I don't know if that's okay. Like, I question that.
I'm good with it.
It's a totem or token, and you got to stick with it. I get the Masters theme, but like you should have to wear that unless the luck runs out.
I've stated it's Masters apparel, not a Masters hat.
Right, but like you stick with one, the hat should make it, and then if it runs out, then you switch.
No, we're not rebranding this. This is Masters apparel throughout the entire season. I have 3 different articles to choose from.
Okay, then you stick with the 3. That makes sense. You have 3.
That's what's Masters apparel. I don't have like a never-ending supply of Masters apparel. I could have spent tens of thousands of dollars to do that.
To be honest, I thought this was just an excuse for Muff to buy more Masters apparel.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want him to be like, oh, I got a new Masters polo.
We understand that there's only one time that you can buy this apparel year to year.
Well, what if you find something on eBay?
I understand. I would only buy it from Augusta, Georgia at Masters Week.
All right, so to clarify, it's the stuff that you have personally bought.
Correct. From my visit this past spring.
Fair. Okay.
Will you disclose how much you paid for 3 items at the Masters tent?
I purchased more than 3.
Sorry.
But as far as things that I could actually wear, there's 3 of them.
Okay.
I did draw the line. I talked about this previously. I did draw the line at the belt, which was probably the most functional purchase I could have made that day because I neglected to bring a belt when I was traveling. But when it costs like $90 for a belt that is not necessarily something you would wear day to day, I kind of drew the line at, okay, I don't need this. It would be convenient to have it today, but it's not necessary.
Isn't that wild that a pimento cheese sandwich is like $1, but then a belt's like $100?
Right. And you can get the gnomes for like $30 and resell them for $200. It's a fickle game they play in Augusta, Georgia, Masters Week. So that's what I will be wearing, my Masters apparel. If you don't already, make sure you follow us on our socials at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram and Twitter, Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff on Facebook, on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, rate, review, poke like tickle.
Get the bell on.
Ding ding.
Get that bell on. And without further ado, let's get into last week's breakdown of our best bets, starting with the man in first place, the man with the first place trophy, Neme.
So we took South Florida getting 5.5 versus Boise, and they won by a lot more than 5.5. So
Indeed,
great win. Had some money line too. We'll take it. Then Utah -6.5, which I'm sure we'll talk about that pick here in a couple minutes. Tennessee was -13.5. They got kind of lucky there at the end to pull out that cover.
Mm-hmm.
Cal +2.5. They were up the whole game, and I see their quarterbacks now in the Heisman discussion after one game. We'll see about that. And then Alabama -13.5. Rough, but 4-1. We'll take it.
All right, 4-1
Who's right
is.
about that, Neme? I just want one more time. Who was right about that?
You were.
Thank you.
I'm going to be right this week, though.
I know you are, but I just want that one.
Jim was incredibly right, but didn't put any money down.
You got it.
You talked me out of it, Muff, and I'm not doing that anymore.
Listen.
No more. I'm not listening to you. No more.
No more. Just listening to your support human.
My support human.
I'm
Your
here for
emotional
you.
support human is
Yeah.
Neme. All right, next with a 3-1 record for the week, Alex.
So I went 3-1, as Muff alluded to. My biggest win was Georgia Tech -4.5 at Colorado. That was my favorite one. But the others were Utah -6.5 at UCLA and Miami +2.5 versus Notre Dame. And my one loss was Nebraska -6.5 at Cincinnati.
Indeed. In third place this week, with a 3-2 record, Jim.
The Tennessee game hit that. The Utah game hit that. The South Carolina -7.5 at Virginia Tech. Big happy with that one. Lost the Nebraska game as a best bet, but hit it on a FanDuel promo. So happy, but also sad because of the best bets. And then the Belichick game got me.
The Belichick game. We'll see if there's any more Belichick games coming up this week. And I'm in the rear at the bottom of the page. 2-4 for the week. My wins, I had Texas Ohio State under 47.5, and I had Utah to cover 6.5 against UCLA. Offset by my 4 losses. Nebraska did not cover against Cincinnati. Bama got rocked by Florida State. Notre Dame did not cover, did not even win against Miami. And TCU UNC under 56.5 was spoiled because Bill Belichick had some issues coaching the defense. The Belichick family had issues coaching the defense.
Yeah, that was rough.
So that's where I went. So Neme up top 4-1, Alex in second 3-1, Jim in third 3-2, and me bringing up the rear at 2-4 this past week. Now let's get into the special picks from last week. First, starting with the Mike Alstott Hit Stick Pick of the week.
Pow.
It was a winner. It was Kyle Whittingham and the Utah Utes. Cover 6.5 at UCLA. Hit stick 1-0. Good start for the season to our staple pick. Staple namesake pick, I should say. Next, in the swift kick to the Killer Trav Dick risky pick of the week.
Woof.
It was a big old woof as we took a North Carolina money line, and that could not have been farther from a win as TCU rocks North Carolina. The Killer Trav Dick risky pick 0-1.
The sound
That's
effect.
why it's a swift kick.
That was the ultimate kick in the dick.
It was a kick in the old Johnson. Next in the Buddy Ray parlay.
Yippee!
Yeah, there we go.
It's always interesting to see if Alex and company remember the sound effects.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift one, we had a good one and we've forgotten it.
I don't remember.
No, it was the song.
Oh, yeah. Shake it off. Shake it
There we
off.
go, yeah.
I forgot we
There it
changed
was.
to the song.
It's week 2. We're still getting into the routine here, folks. Don't worry. By week 4, we'll be hitting on all cylinders.
Yep.
The Buddy Bray parlay does not win. 3 legs win, 2 legs lose. The winning legs, Utah to cover 6.5, UCLA. Tennessee to cover 13.5 against Syracuse. South Carolina to cover 7.5 against Vatech. Offset by the losing legs, which were Alex and I believe. Nebraska did not cover 6.5 at Cincy, and TCU UNC did not go under the 56.5. Buddy parlay 0-1.
So do we have eliminators?
I leave that up to the winners after week 1 if we're just going to fully reset or if we want to move forward with the 3. Well, we always have the hit stick pick.
Thought me and Neme, we would get to choose.
You will have autonomy over the decision for this week.
So
I think after this week, no matter what, we do the elimination.
So, like, can we pick one of you to stay and one of you to leave?
You can use your emotional support human to make a decision.
I vote that we keep him on for one more week because NFL's starting, and then we'll give him a chance at NFL. And then if we're, next week we'll kick someone off the island.
All right.
Well, just to be clear, you have to continue to win to kick people off the island.
Correct.
All
I'm
right.
saying
Well, me and
someone will
Neme
get-
say you stay.
Yep.
Okay.
We vote
One more 5-pick Buddy Lay parlay,
Yep.
and then we'll start to eliminate people.
Yep.
All right. And last, the new addition to the special picks, Jim's Supa Dawg
Ba-doopa.
was a loser. This is, again, a large underdog. 7.
That was it.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a little delay there. Alex is buffering in his head at all times.
I mean,
Can't
I'm not very
rush the
much. How'd you know?
Jim took Florida Atlantic money line at Maryland. That did not transpire. Maryland, I think, handily won that one,
Bigly.
if I recall.
Bigly.
So that is a recap of last week's bets. Now we get into this week's game, starting in the NFL with Kirk Herbstreit. Is Al Michael still with him on Thursdays?
As far as I know.
Who knows?
Is he getting a steak at halftime like he always does? Thursday night football, Amazon Prime. We have the Cowboys at the Eagles. Eagles favored by 8.5 over under 47.5 points.
FanDuel throwing a lot of promos at this.
Where is this game? Is where? Isn't this
I think it's in
a
Philly.
game abroad, or is this actually at Philly? Is
I
that the
think
Friday
it's-
game that's abroad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the out of town game. All right, so this is in Philadelphia. Eagles coming off the Super Bowl win, hosting the Cowboys. 8.5 is a big line in week 1. What are our thoughts?
It is confirmed in Philly, and it is confirmed Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit on the call.
You got a no sweat parlay. You got a profit boost parlay. You got be a part of a $2 million giveaway.
So, what are your thoughts on the game, Jim?
I think the Eagles win. 8.5 is a little high for me, but I could see it. The Cowboys don't have Micah. I think there's turmoil in Dallas. If I was forced, I would pick the Eagles.
Seems like they have no. Everyone's saying Dallas has no defense. Obviously, with the loss of Micah Parsons, it doesn't help that. But I just saw the Eagles. One of the Eagles' O linemen was supposed to be hurt, but He thinks he's going to play. So they seem to be fully healthy and ready to go. So
I love the Eagles line here.
Ooh, Alex is in love with it.
I mean, I'm just saying.
How in love are you? Locking in?
That might be a later lock. I'm not sure.
8.5
That-
seemed high until it's 7-0 5 minutes into the game, and then it doesn't seem so high anymore.
Yeah, I think I can see it being at least a 10-point game.
I think you just talked yourself into locking it in, Alex.
You just.
But much like your love life, it is non-committal and misunderstood.
I hope my girlfriend's not listening to this. I
Getting personal.
don't want to hear it again.
Getting personal.
The safe bet is she's not listening to something sports related. So
It's a very safe bet. Until I let her know to listen.
our live stream link the other day for 1
Mhm.
second, and all she heard was that there were prizes, and then she stopped listening when we got to sports, and then she comes to my house and she's like, "So what are the prizes options?" I'm like, "Be a listener."
Listen for more than 1 second. I'm looking at Thursday night opening kickoff. Eagles on the high, which is great for them. I'm actually looking at some under action here.
Yeah, I thought about that too. That's not a bad call.
Now, this is not the traditional Thursday night under consideration because it's opening game, but I'm definitely leaning in that one towards at least my best bet, my bet for an NFL game.
Is the Thursday demon going to raise its head and get us? That's why I'm going to stay away.
I think week 1. I don't think week 1 we're okay.
Okay.
I mean, the Thursday demon is typically anything we do on Thursday, no matter what we think we have on the books, they always get us.
Yeah, I think that's everyone. Like the Thursday games are always so like you can't predict them, and then weird stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, but opening night I think has a little bit different considerations. Next, we move into Friday football, played from where they're playing, Mexico City. Where's this one?
Brazil.
I forget. Brazil. Oh, Brazil. where we have the Chiefs favored by 3, taking on the Chargers, over under 46.5.
I don't want to do it.
I don't want
Under,
anything
maybe.
I'd say an under is not a bad thought for a game where the teams are traveling. But again, week 1, I think that travel looks a little different as far as they didn't play a game the week before. But I do think there is precedent for unders in games that are outside of the United States.
Yeah, it seems to be a safe option many a times.
Yeah. So, Alex, in conflict to that, I'm actually considering the over in this game.
Muff.
With the two teams. I think people are low on the Chargers, as they probably should be. The Chiefs are typically slow starters, so let's just fly in conflict to all of the storylines and just go with the over.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how you know that I didn't look at Muff's bets before this.
Any other thoughts on this game?
I think it's going to be a back and forth.
That would not be the under, Jim. That would be the over.
I didn't say anything about the under.
So you like the over?
Yeah, probably. If I had to pick, I think it's going to be a swinging back and forth. That first one between the two teams is typically a slugfest.
Yeah.
Okay. Jim's former team,
Yeah.
the Chargers. Next, moving to Sunday football. First, the Giants at the Commanders. Commanders favored by 5.5, over under 45.5.
I'm leaning Commanders.
I'm leaning very hard Commanders. Maybe even best bet lean.
Yeah, that's definitely high on my leaning towards best bet.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in a good spot with the Commanders to cover here, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I agree completely.
No
All right.
lean for me.
No lean?
No lean.
No lean anyway?
No lean.
No, I'd say the Commanders had a little rough offseason with McLaurin stuff and trading running backs away and everything, but the Giants are not good, so no lean.
All right, fair enough. Next, we have the Panthers at the Jags. Jacksonville favored by 3.5 in Duval. Over under 46.5.
there's no reason why the Jaguars should not win this game, but it's the Jaguars.
40. What about the under? Because they probably both suck.
I don't know if I'm going to say that the Panthers are going to suck this year. I'm actually leaning Panthers plus the points.
Bryce Young revenge tour.
Bryce, I mean, he started on it last year. I think it's time for him to continue that revenge tour and surprise some people in the first third of the season.
I don't think you're wrong.
No, I like the Panthers as a lean. They got Ted McMillan, too. Got Bryce Young some weapons.
I think he's questionable. I'm assuming he would play week 1, but I think
He'll
Teddy is... He'll play. So that's where I'm at in this one. Any other thoughts?
No, I mean, that's not bad. You're going to get 3.5, so field goal. You know what I mean? Even if it comes down to a...
I'm on the right side of the 3. Next, in the marquee matchup, the game of the week, pitting former quarterback in New York against his team. We have Aaron Rodgers leading the Steelers as the captain of the offense, favored by 2.5 at the New York Jets, over under 38.5.
Sounds Steelers to me. Jets are terrible, in my opinion.
Oh, we can inject this into my veins all day. Aaron Rodgers to DK Metcalf. Aaron Rodgers to Pat Freiermuth. Aaron Rodgers all over the map. Give me Calvin Austin. Give me all 3 of them. Maybe Caleb Johnson sprinkles one in with Jalen Warren getting over 100 all-purpose yards. Steelers cover.
I think the Steelers cover. I don't bet on my teams, but I think if I did, I would take it as a best bet.
Aaron Rodgers comes out, tears his Achilles. The other one, Will Howard comes out, saves the day.
Jim, you realize Will Howard is
hurt.
Is not on, able to perform list at the moment.
Will Howard comes out, saves the day. Steelers cover.
Got it. At least he's firm in his convictions.
Even though it is not possible.
Steelers come out, win, cover the spread.
Okay.
Justin Fields is not good either, so...
He may be a roster at a high state quarterback, Jim, but he ain't good, says Neme.
Dude, he had a bad camp, too. Real bad camp.
Robot camp. All right, next we have the Raiders with the Patriots. The Patriots under the leadership of Mike Vrabel, favored by 2.5, over under 43.5.
Give me the Patriots. Hammer at home.
I was definitely very much considering that as a best bet. I think I'm going to stay away. Not because I don't think it's possible. I just gotta temper the expectations and the enthusiasm a little bit.
Hammer the motherfucker home.
That's how I would go, too.
All right. Alex?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a crapshoot.
All right. Cardinals favored by 6.5 at the Saints, over under 42.5. Will this be the year that the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, finally break through? What is Marvin Harrison Jr. season going to look like? We will get a good indicator against a Saints team that everyone is predicting to be doggy doo-doo.
I want the Cardinals real bad. Like, I'm leaning heavy.
Is there a new release of Call of Duty coming out?
Right? That's a great question.
Worth researching.
I agree. I feel pretty strongly about the Cardinals in this game.
Neme?
It's a lot of points on the road. Everyone's writing the Saints off, so I could see it being maybe a 3-4 point game or something. So
right.
I probably won't. I'm definitely not best betting it.
Yeah.
Maybe Alina to the over. Remember the Saints last year, week 1? They put up 40 points or something like that.
That's true. But
maybe
it was quarterback.
I understand, but maybe a random over or something. I don't know. Shot in the dark.
So if Neme talks you out of this pick, Jim, and it wins, what does that do to that relationship?
I feel good about this. He's adding logic to my feels, and I'm okay with that's why he's here for my help.
Do I not do this as well, and you shit on me for it?
You typically try to bait me into my feelings.
That's true. I'm pretty good at playing both sides of that coin. Next, we have the Bengals, favored by 5.5, traveling to the Mistake on the Lake, playing the Browns, over under 47.5.
Staying away.
I beg your pardon?
Bengals.
Get him, Neme.
I mean, you're not a mistake, but you live in a city that
I live 15 minutes from the lake that caught, or from the river that caught on fire one time. So, anyway, the Browns, I feel like are getting slept on a little bit. They're got a pretty good defense. Joe Flacco can sling it around, and Joe Burrow does not play well against the Browns. Mm-hmm. And the Browns are actually healthy defensively, besides Martin Emerson, who got hurt a month and a half ago or whatever, but they have time to figure that out. I don't think this is good for the Bengals. Maybe they win by 3, but I feel like you have to take the Browns plus 5.5. Sprinkle on the money line.
Ooh, that is an a Cleveland degenerate homer pick.
That is. I will definitely be going the opposite way of Neme.
All right, well, I'll reach out on Sunday.
Well, we will know.
I'm going to put my
money
on
Sunday. Myles Garrett's going to eat Joe Burrow for lunch.
All right, now you're
no, I mean that's probably what's going to happen. He's going to be in his kitchen all day.
And then he's going to hit him with a helmet.
Remember, Jim, this is the Bengals offensive line.
Yes, bad, real bad. Joe Burrow is running for his life in the preseason.
True.
Yeah. Next, we have Dolphins at the Colts. Colts favored by 1.5, over under 46.5. Mike McDaniel, is there any magic left in that vape stick?
I feel like there is. Over the Colts, I feel like there is. When you're coming down to Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, I
don't think Anthony Richardson's even playing. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Daniel Jones is starting. That has been stated.
Well, yes, but that's the fact that I'm going with. I would like the. I don't know if it's going to be a best bet, but I would go Dolphins plus 1.5 here.
I would say if I'm forced to lean, that's the lean.
Did you see that Tyreek Hill is not a captain for the first time in 5 years? Wonder what that means. Not a team captain for the first time in 5 years. Does that mean he's getting traded, or there's trouble in paradise?
I mean, there's been trouble in all of his paradises, all 5 of them, in his child support. So
It's true. Plus, he gets arrested, right?
I feel like that we're not going to get into that one. That was a bit of a thing.
I get it.
But the other things,
he's in trouble.
He does put himself in less than ideal situations. Bucks fair by 1.5 at the Falcons over under 47.5. What will the Bucks be week 1?
I think losers.
They're definitely playing a phallic team.
Yeah,
okay. Good thoughts, everybody. Good thoughts.
I don't ever bet anything on a Buccaneers game.
Sorry, I was in the middle of moving that to one of my best bets. Now that we brought it up.
Ooh, moving it to one of his best bets. Who does he believe in? What are your thoughts on this, Neme, since you seem confident at the moment?
I feel like the Bucks overperformed last year. Maybe take a step back this year. The Falcons play pretty good at home. Second year of what's his name at quarterback, Michael Penix. I think the Falcons are going to get it done against the Bucks. Who, in my opinion,
definitely
is more of a home team. They play well at home.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think just because of numbers, I don't know that it'll be one of my best bets, but I do feel very strongly. Sorry, Nate. Falcons over Bucks.
All right. Next, Titans at the Broncos. Broncos favored by 7.5 over under 42.5. I feel like there's a lot of love going the Broncos' way, and I'm not saying in this particular matchup it's not warranted to be a heavily favored team, but I feel like come week 2, 3, 4, 5, we're gonna see the sports books adjust to this Broncos love.
Yeah, I agree. I saw something today that said I think the Broncos are predicted to be favored in like 8 or 9 games this year, which is a big time increase from any of the prior 3-4 years. So must be a Bo Nix believer, but we know how quarterbacks can be in year 2. Look at CJ Stroud and how that went last year. But it can happen.
It can happen. That's a lot of points, 7.5 for a team that hasn't necessarily proven to be this just yet, at least week over week. But it is week 1, and who the hell knows what's going to happen. 49ers favored by 2.5, playing in Seattle against the Seahawks and the 12th man, over under 43.5.
I 49ers money line -2.5.
Okay. You in Brock Purdy you trust, or in Christian McCaffrey you trust?
In both.
The
Seahawks got rid of their weapon.
Their weapon. Weapon or weapons?
Sam Darnold is their quarterback?
Yeah, but they got rid of Geno Smith, who was their weapon.
And you didn't talk about DK Metcalf as a weapon.
49ers to money line.
Well, yes, I do know. Well, yes, but that was...
We said 49ers to cover 2.5.
Does Jalen Milroe step on the field?
Man, I could be in like a specialty package on goal line, maybe. Won't rule that out. Next, lines at the Packers. Packers favored by 2.5 over to 47.5. Jim.
Oh, not Jim. I don't go first in that situation. There's only one person that goes first. He needs to respond, and then I will decide.
That is not your emotional support human. This would be Alex.
In this situation, Alex.
Yes.
Lines, Alex.
I know.
What are we doing?
I probably Lions +2.5.
Are you going to make it a best bet?
I don't know. I have other best bets.
Well, that's going to be my deciding factor.
They are going to show up at some point, but to make them a best bet record pick this week, no.
Okay, then we're staying away.
Yeah, let's see what that game is. Obviously, there's a lot of people high on the Packers in Green Bay. Week 1 home opener. I am high on the Packers this season. I honestly would have expected this to be maybe more of a pick 'em or like a 1.5 point spread.
Yeah.
So I don't know which direction that should go, but I didn't expect 2.5 either way.
There's
At
some
least
big
the-
losses for the Lions.
At least the Lions, who are a dome team, get to play at Green Bay in September and not January.
That's true.
That's fair.
It is good. It is good news for them. Next, the Texans at the Rams. The Rams favored by 3 over under 44.5. Jim, this is definitely where you pick up the mantle as discussion person number 1.
I lean towards the Texans, like my heart, but I feel like it's bias. I hate the Rams games. Like I try to stay away because you never know what's going to happen with a Rams game. So I'm going to stay away, but I'll probably sprinkle money on the Texans like I typically do on the weekends. But gun to my head, I'm taking the Texans.
I'm looking for the Rams to perform offensively, at least at or above their expectations in Week 1, and the Texans to stand out a bit offensively in Week 1. I'm gonna look at the over in this one.
Yeah. Okay.
That brings at the Bills in Sunday Night Football. Mark, this is definitely the marquee matchup of the week. As much as my hyperbole was on the Steelers, this is the marquee matchup of the week. Sunday Night Football. Ravens at Bills. Bills favored by 1.5. Over under 50.5.
Is the over stupid?
I'm not going to say it's stupid, but that's a lot of points.
I
Right.
know, but the offenses. I guess not the Bills though. That's the problem.
Right.
You have unproven receivers for the Bills. Yes, they have James Cook. Yes, they have Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has done great work with less than stellar receivers, even post Stephon Diggs. So
Shakir out,
no, but I wouldn't call him like a top level receiver in the league.
but I think he's hurt though. Like I think he's
Okay.
been banged up, so that's even worse then.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the only thing that would discourage me of supporting you in that, Alex. Is who knows what the Bills are going to do in this matchup.
Yeah, and that's kind of what makes me nervous. The bigger issue for me is there's a part of me that says I want to pick the Ravens, but I hate the Ravens, and I don't want to have to sit and root for the Ravens.
I mean, you don't have to pick this game,
I do.
but you will put a bet on it. I understand. Sunday at about 7:30, you'll sit down and be like,
No, he's doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah, he's doing every game.
that's right. I forgot. Oh, we have to lean. We have to make a choice. Yikes.
I think
Yeah.
Ravens.
It's not a best bet.
You could do Bills money line there, Alex. That is a pick.
I know.
At least by my rules. We'll talk about those later. And Monday Night Football, a game that is not warranted by this Monday night billing. With the Vikings favored by 1.5, going to Chicago to take on the Bears over under 44.5.
Bears.
I think the Vikings take that one.
I need to be proven by the Bears and Caleb Williams before I invest my hard-earned cash into them.
I agree with that stance.
Ooh. I'm going to blow your minds in my NFL picks for the week.
Wow.
All your
You can't-
minds.
You're not
Teaser.
going to say them now. You're like,
Teasing.
what are we doing here?
Teaser.
Teaser. You have to listen to the end to figure out what I'm going to do with that
Oh,
game.
you're just not giving us any opinions. You're letting the three of us talk until you give us your.
Jim, you did not talk for about 6 straight games. Watching
Because I wasn't
TikTok or
done.
whatever the hell you're doing over there. Chat GPT.
I'm debating here.
Chat GPT.
Internal debate with Chat GPT.
That's not true, Ma.
Argue with me. Tell me that's wrong. All right, that is the NFL slate. Let's move on to some college foosball. None of us could find any games on Friday.
Well, we could
To look at-
want to bet on them.
Right, there's nothing there that we really wanted to chat about.
Right.
So we move into Saturday football. Who's game day this week? Is it Michigan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michigan, Oklahoma.
All right.
It's just
Big new
even on the
kickoff
list,
is
is
there
it?
as well.
Oh, it is okay.
Big Noon Kickoff is also there.
Who knows?
No,
Probably.
Well,
Portnoy's
why
got to
would
have
Big
something to talk
Noon
about.
Kickoff be there if it's at night?
Good thought. So is Big Noon Kickoff at Iowa State?
Who cares?
Hold on. Now he's gonna hate Big Noon Kickoff even more.
Is that
Fuck
because
yeah,
of
I
the
am.
Portnoy stuff?
Yep.
What are your thoughts there, Neme? How do you feel about is where, Alex?
I guess I
don't want to.
I don't believe that Ohio State themselves made the decision for him not to be there. I think it was a Big Ten or a Big Noon thing. I honestly do. Also, it's in Iowa. Yes, Iowa State is where Big Noon is.
I
understand we don't think that's what happened, but do we definitively know?
Who would know, Muff?
I mean, I guess not. They're not going to say, but
yeah. If Ohio State doesn't come out and say it one way or the other, then they're just as guilty in my mind.
They're not going to feed into his bullshit.
Why? That would be the ultimate media move.
It doesn't really annoy me that much. I would say this is Big Noon just trying to get a Pat McAfee. The only difference is Pat McAfee actually played football, and Dave Portnoy just runs his mouth on Twitter or whatever. So,
hey, if I could run my mouth like that and make that money, I'd do it too.
Exactly, he's a great business guy. 100%. Yeah.
So Big Noon Kickoff, Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa State favored by 2.5, over under 41.5. Rocco back to quarterback, but it is Iowa, who has a quarterback this year and one that apparently knows how to throw the ball past 15 yards down the field.
Did you see his stats last week? I think he threw.
Go on, pray tell.
I think he threw for 44 yards,
which is 44 more than they probably had last year.
I know.
41 more, 41.
Okay, so they played the University of Albany, the Great Danes, and he threw for 44 yards. So, I don't know.
What were the rest of his stats? Like, was he like 4 for 4 for 44 yards, and they ran for 300 yards?
8 for 15 for 44 yards with a quarterback rating of 24. So I guess I think it's just the Iowa offense that they just put them in the I don't know. It just doesn't work. I don't know. We'll see though what they got this week.
Is it them kids? Them kids do it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Step quarterback growth. Yeah, I mean, until I know, I'm going to stay away from Iowa unders until I can feel better about this quarterback situation.
In their defense, they still scored 34 points.
They ran the ball 54 times.
Ain't nobody got to throw the ball if you can do that.
Yeah, but you're not going to do that against Iowa State.
I agree.
Point being why I will be taking Iowa State minus 2.5.
Big 12 homer pick right there.
I've watched them play 2 weeks in a row. They look good. Doing it.
The over-under opened at 45.5, and it's already came down 4 points. So
see, those unders, Iowa unders, always in the mix. Jim, thoughts?
You jump over.
No, because I'm not fighting Alex tonight. I'm saving that for week 4 or 5.
Okay,
got it.
Next, we got Illinois, favored by 3.5. Traveling to Durham to take on the Duke Blue Devils, over under 49.5.
I like Illinois here.
I also like Illinois here.
I am with you all. Lock it in, Illinois.
Makes me nervous that we all like them, but we'll go with it.
Neme?
I think it seems a little trampy. I'm going to stay away from a best bet perspective, but I'm not going to take Duke. So, you guys can have
fair enough. Baylor, SMU favored by 2.5, over under 65.5. So, correct me if you've heard differently. I've heard people talk favorably about Baylor this year. Not like they're going to be 10-2.
They have a lot of
playoff contention, but that they are going to be competitive all year, and people are concerned for their teams in the Big 12 that play Baylor.
They brought back a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and SMU is not. I don't think they're not the powerhouses that they were not powerhouses, but they're not as tough as they were last year. So I'm staying away for that very reason that you just between SMU not being as tough and Baylor getting the hype, I'm staying away.
Did you see?
I also need to stay away.
Did you see what Auburn did to Baylor last week on the ground? 52 carries for 307 yards. Absolutely ran it down their throat. And that's how they beat them.
But they also say Auburn is like back.
Yeah, I guess they always say that, but and then Baylor's quarterback threw for 420. That's pretty impressive. So, yeah, we'll see.
I'm gonna let week 2 play itself out a little bit.
No, it's FIU at Penn State. Penn State favored by 41.5 over under 54.5. My thoughts are the same as last week.
Which are
I wholeheartedly believe that Penn State will win by many points, but if Drew Aller only plays 2 quarters again, I don't necessarily trust them to cover 41.5 when you've got the second and third stringers in the fourth quarter.
You're high.
So he doesn't care about covering again, Jim.
They should cover in the first half. FIU sucks that bad.
Jim, I believe you know what the next phrase will be.
I'm not betting on Penn State all year. Fuck them. But they should cover.
You just said it was a sure bet, so I think we're all about sure bets on this podcast.
Fuck Jim Knowles. Fuck Penn State. Not going to happen. But they should cover the first half.
Okay. Virginia at NC State. NC State favored by 2.5 over under 53.5.
Neme, you have this in your best bets, right?
Spoiler alert.
Well, Jim, did you look?
I did.
Oh, I thought you said you turned over to a leaf, Jim.
I did not. I scrolled down by mistake, and I saw in his best bets. And
I scrolled down by mistake and happened to see one of your best bets.
Did not change any of my bets, but I saw in his best bets, and I went, what?
I will say I did add the game to the list because I wanted it to be a best bet. If that's what you're asking.
Explain what your logic is.
I haven't officially announced the best bets yet, Jim.
Yeah, but what is your logic? You're looking at that game. Why?
So NC State played last week against who they play? East Carolina, I believe. So it's a very tough rivalry there. Could have been preparing to beat them all off season, and they really barely beat them. So I think Virginia is a little bit sneaky this year, and I think they're going to catch them outright as well. So, that's what I'm doing.
All right.
And there
you
we
got
have
me
it.
Interested.
Jim's waiting with bated breath. San Jose State at Texas. Texas minus 36.5 over under 51.5. I mean, feel like this is going to be Arch Manning coming out party.
Well, he surely needs one.
What does that mean?
He's just going to have a good stat line, and people are going to be back on him. I mean, not as a Heisman contender, but they're going to be back on him as a good, great quarterback this year because he puts up a stat line. He's going to be like Nico at Tennessee last year.
San Jose
at least in these.
Lost to Central Michigan last week. Ooh,
yeah, it was not a great time.
That sounds like they're gonna. You can either come back one of two ways after that. You can either rest yourselves and get healthy and prepare for the rest of the season, or you can come out and really want to pound this team into the ground. So
I think the defense beats the shit out of San Jose State. I don't know that the offense puts up a ton of points, though.
Yeah.
Got it.
Is Archie State or was Ohio State's defense that good, Jim, do you think? Real quick.
A mixture of both.
Okay. Helpful.
UConn and Syracuse. Syracuse favored by 6.5 over under 58.5.
I'd lean Syracuse here to cover.
Stay away from me.
I am also staying away. It seems like a game that was of interest, so that's why I put it on there.
I'm leaning on Syracuse
I'm not picking
as well.
one, but
definitely leaning. I think the fact that Alex leaned that way too makes me nervous.
Fair enough.
I mean, if I'm leaning that way, it would make me nervous.
When we agree this early, it's dangerous.
Dangerous. Yep. All right, Kansas at Missouri. Missouri favored by 6.5 over under 50.5.
Kansas sucks so bad. And Missouri is one of those, like, the Darth Vader of the E SEC.
I feel torn because these are two teams that I usually try to back. I don't know what I want here.
Damn
Alex
it,
is
that's
torn.
2.
It's 2.
This
Yeah,
is-
I would. I'm gonna stay away from this one. If I was forced to lean, give me Kansas plus the points. Why not?
He's starting to
talk
get some
later
Big
on
12
this one.
loyalty.
I am a Big 12 team season ticket holder.
Exactly.
Next, Delaware at Colorado. Colorado favored by 23.5, over under 49.5.
Give me Delaware plus 23.5.
Best bet, lock it in.
Best bet, lock it in.
You're an
Alex
ass.
is such spite in that.
Nope,
Such
I'm just
spite.
gonna ride that Bronco until it bucks me.
Okay.
The Delaware
Yes.
Bronco? What are you talking about?
No,
It's a blue hen, first off.
they're voting against Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Colorado not covering, I should say.
That's the one. Yeah, staying away. I just wanted to hear what Alex had to say and did not disappoint. Ole Miss served by 10.5 at Kentucky, over under 50.5. Jim?
Ole Miss.
Because in lane we trust.
In lane we trust.
There we go. Neme says good luck. Neme tried to talk Jim out of this for no less than 3 minutes before we started recording.
I wouldn't say talk out. I just let him know about what happened last year in this game,
I just let him
where
know.
I believe that Ole Miss was probably like a 20-point favorite, and Kentucky beat them like 14-10 on Ole Miss's home field with Jackson Dart. But that's it.
That's all. Didn't try to talk him out. Just spit
care.
facts. Next, Oklahoma State at Oregon. Oregon favored by 28.5, over to 57.5. I am. I would favor Oregon to cover in this one heavily.
Yeah,
No touchy for me.
I'm not
touchy.
gonna. I don't necessarily super fault you for it, unfortunately, but
It's Oklahoma State, guys.
yeah,
They're in the
they're
absolute dumpster of the Big
down.
12.
Never used to be that way. Never used to
I
be.
agree.
No, they wasn't supposed to be that way last year. But here we are.
Underperforming
All
players.
on the Heisman.
Yeah, exactly. Next, we have WU. Favored by 3.5 at Ohio. Over under 60.5.
Give me WVU.
I don't bet on my teams, but
Hard edge, baby.
Jim's all on board with the Rich Rod hard edge. Against an Ohio team. This may be a setup, Alex. W wins and they cover. Jim's like, Rich Rod, hard edge. W loses. Jim can say, it was a team from Ohio that beat them. I told you Ohio football's better.
I'm
Sling that pigskin, boy.
just letting it happen.
This is a setup, Alex, just so you know.
Hard edge.
I see it. I see it right now.
The guy
And then
leaned
Jim will say,
up to
soft
the-
edge. They ran up that hill in the offseason for what? To lose to Ohio in week 2.
the guy
What
leaned up to
hill is that,
too.
Alex? Is that the law school
Law school
hill?
hill.
Where dreams go to die.
I'm just going one game at a time.
One game at a time. That's all we can do. USF at Florida. Florida favored by 17.5, over under 55.5. Give me the Florida Gators in the swamp.
This line seems abnormally high for a team that just beat Boise by 2020.
DJ Lagway getting a lot of shine right now.
Yeah, I think I'd take Florida as well, just because that line's so high. It's almost like they know something. Going to beat them down.
It's a swamp, man. We all know about the swamp.
Yep.
That would be a night or a late afternoon game as well, I
It's
believe.
an afternoon, I believe.
Okay.
Let me check.
All right. While you're checking, and just for the awareness of my comrades and my colleagues, I have a fantasy football draft that is starting right about meow. So I may ask you to carry some of the weight here as we move
You'll
along.
be fine. You'll be fine.
North Carolina, favored by 12.5 at Charlotte. Over to 49.5. I really toiled over North Carolina. 12.5 best bet here. It's definitely a heavy lean, but I don't think it's going to make the best bets.
Yeah. I don't. Does North Carolina fix what they need to fix and bounce back strong?
That's my thought.
Yeah, I'm staying away. I need to just see what North Carolina is made of because hopefully it's not what they showed last week because that was really bad. So we'll see.
Bad. Real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad.
Florida game's at 4:15, by the way. So dead middle afternoon in the swamp.
Gonna be hot. Gonna be humid.
I mean, at least they both are accustomed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Here we go. Next, game day. Michigan at Oklahoma. Oklahoma favored by 5.5. Over under 45.5. Ranked opponents. Week
True
2.
freshman quarterback on the road, hostile environment at night. Guess we'll see what he's made of early.
I say Oklahoma's going to win this.
If Michigan comes out and smacks Oklahoma, are you guys nervous at all?
No, fuck no.
You're not nervous? Fuck you.
No way.
To be fair, like we could be
You're
21.
always nervous about Michigan.
Yeah,
Not
we could
this
be
year.
21-point favorites and it doesn't even matter. Just lost anyway. So, no, I wouldn't be scared. The game again, anything leading up to the game doesn't matter besides the game. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Means nothing.
Okay. Yeah, if you're going to force me to this, I'm probably going to go with the points line, and I would go with an under.
Under, yes.
Next, Arizona State, favored by 6.5 at Mississippi State, over under 58.5.
Cowbells.
Cowbells. Ring a ring a ring. You're on them?
I don't know. Definitely a hostile place to play. Arizona State, I feel like, had a lot more preseason hype, bringing back the quarterback and everything after their year last year. Mississippi State's literal dog shit, usually year after year. 6.5 is not a lot of points to lay, but it is on the road. So, I don't know. Probably stay away from me, but maybe a sprinkle on the Mississippi State dog and some parlays or something. We'll see.
Yeah.
Stay away from this one.
I think this is going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to leave that.
What time's this game?
It's got to be later in the day or night. And it's after Michigan, Oklahoma on the line, so it's got to be a night game.
Yep, 7:30.
And last in our slate, UCLA minus 2.5 at UNLV, over under 54.5. I really just want to see if anybody was going to bite on UNLV plus the points.
No, I'm going to go the other way. I think a little overreaction. UCLA last week to Utah. I think as we heard in my preseason breakdown, I think Utah's a lot better than people think they are. So their shellacking that they put on UCLA left a bad taste in people's mouths, thinking that UCLA is like really, really bad. Now they're probably bad, but I mean UNLV, they have to have way more talent than UNLV. So yeah, I saw UNLV's talking that shit already on Twitter too, talking about Nico Amaliva and how he stinks and stuff. So I think UCLA beats him.
All right, that wraps up the college slate, which brings us into our best bets. And this week we start with the man atop the leaderboard, Neme.
All right. So, I'm kind of alluded to a lot of these already. I'm going to start with the homer pick, and I'm going to go with the Browns plus the 5.5 with a sprinkle on the money line, but not for best bet, just the 5.5 for the best bet. I'm going to go with the Dolphins at the Colts. I'm going to take the Colts minus the 1.5. I just don't think Mike McDaniels is going to figure it out. They have Tyreek, some problems. A-Chain's been banged up. Got rid of their tight end. I don't know, just a lot of things going on in Miami that I think the Colts are in a little bit better place to start the year. I alluded to the Falcons getting 1.5 at home against the Bucks. I think their Bucks aren't a great road team. Falcons have a lot of hype around them, and I think they'll be ready to go. Like I just said, UCLA minus 2.5 at UNLV. I think they come prepared to play. They have more talent than UNLV. I think they show it, and almost like a must-win game after that shellacking they got handed last week. I'm gonna take Missouri at home, giving 6.5 against Kansas. Everyone thinks Kansas is really good now because they're one of the only couple of teams that have played 2 games and they won 2-0 against some dog shit opponents. And their quarterback lit it up and whatnot. So I think people think they're really good. Missouri, tough pace to play. SEC school versus Big 12. I'm gonna take the SEC school to put it on them a little bit. And then, as Jim mentioned, I'm gonna take Virginia, getting 2.5 at NC State. I think they're a live dog. I don't think NC State's very good, and Virginia's been improving in the last year or two after they got rid of Bronco Mendenhall. So that's what we're going to go with this week. Hopefully we stay in first.
All right. There was Jim. There's the NC State pick. Not NC State. On
Ohio.
UVA. Next, we go to Alex.
Yes, so I have 6 best bets to reveal. One of them will be Iowa State minus 2.5 versus Iowa. I called that one earlier. I am going to go with the Illinois minus 3.5 at Duke. I said it, and I'm going to take it. Delaware plus 23.5 at Colorado. I will take in the NFL the Commanders minus 5.5 versus the Giants. The Bengals. Thank you. The Bengals minus 5.5 for the Browns, and the Broncos minus 7.5 versus the Titans.
All right. Next, we go to Jim.
So in the NFL, I'm going to take the Patriots minus 2.5 at the Raiders, versus the Raiders. I'm going to take the Steelers minus 2.5 at the Jets. And then in college football, I'm going to take Illinois minus 3.5 at Duke. WV minus 2.5 at Ohio.
3.5.
3.5, sorry. Ole Miss minus 10.5 at Kentucky in Lane I Trust. And then I'm going to go with Missouri minus 6.5 against Kansas.
All right, and I bring up the rear. I'm going to take the Fight the Illini minus 3.5, traveling to Durham, North Carolina. Also in college, I'm going to take Oregon to cover 28.5, hosting Oklahoma State. I'm going to take Florida to cover 17.5 in the Swamp, hosting USF. And in the NFL, give me them Commanders to win by 6+ points against the Giants. The Panthers plus 3.5, traveling to Duval. And the Steelers to lay it on the New York Jets. Steelers cover 2.5.
Woo!
This brings us into our best bets, starting with the Mike Alstott Hit Stick Pick of the week.
Ow.
Pal, do we have any common?
We got some. We got 3 out of 4 of us.
I think I know you guys like Illinois. I'm not sure I love that. What about the Steelers? Alex, was it not on your list because you don't bet on Steelers games?
Yeah,
Are you allowed to make it an Alstott pick?
Yes, I would be willing if everyone wants to make it a best bet. I just don't personally bet
I'm
on
game
them.
for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I think we just found it. Steelers minus 2.5, traveling to New York to take on the Jets, is the Mike Alstott Hit Stick Pick of the week.
Kapow.
Thank you, Neme.
Pow.
Next, in the swift kick to the killer Trav Dick, risky pick of the week.
Shake it off.
Gotta find that moneyline dog.
Panthers, Virginia,
Falcons, Virginia.
Falcons.
I'm big on the Falcons.
I like the Falcons.
I'm good with it.
I know that you're good with it, Neme.
Are we allowed to take plus 1.5? That counts. I mean, I know
it's a dog.
Yeah, fair.
They may not be plus money line, but they are plus points, and that's our way to determine this. Moneyline dog. Falcons. I don't think I'm going to sway the group to the Panthers. So if the Falcons is, the Falcons is.
Let's do it.
We in? We good?
I'm
good. Okay with it?
Yeah.
Are you the only one that has a best bet on that, Neme?
Yeah.
Sounded like Jim might be jumping on though come Sunday.
I probably will.
There, boom.
All right. Next in the Buddy Lay Parlay,
Yippee!
we will go Hit Stick Pick,
Yes.
Steelers to cover, and then traditionally we've gone worst to first because theoretically the person that goes last is the best better at this time, so they should have that burden on them. But
Yeah.
you guys let us back in, so I will defer to you if that's how we will do it again.
No, that's how we'll do it. As far as
I'll
I'm
go
concerned.
last. Yep.
Okay. That means I get to go first. I'm going to get I'm going to say this is risky, but I'm going to take Florida to cover 17.5 hosting USF. Jim does not agree.
I'm next.
Yes.
Give me the Ole Miss pick.
Jim trusts Lane, and I feel like if this is the one that loses, Neme's going to be up his arse.
Only if it's the only one that loses. If it loses,
If it is the one loss, Neme will not let you hear at the end of this.
That's fine.
He will not be your emotional support human in that endeavor.
That's fine.
Right.
Jim.
What?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Out. Wait.
Alex.
It's
Alex,
yeah. Give me Commanders
Before
minus
you
5.5.
God
What?
damn. Go ahead.
What?
Commanders.
What were you
Could
going
you
to try
put
to swing me to
WVU
do?
in there and it not violate your rules?
I mean, you could. I'm not.
But could you? Is my question.
No.
Okay.
Your entry into the parlay, unless it's like playoff time, has to be a best bet. Right? Playoff, and we may have duplicates.
Right, but
that
I
we
have
can't.
WVU as my best bet.
Yes.
That is your pick.
But like,
Remember,
could you
I've
pick
picked. I put Ohio State in there, and you get pissed at me, and I'm like, Jim, this is my entry into the parlay.
Muff. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Alex.
Same premise. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying that, yes, if you
Could
put it
you
in, that's
take
fine.
my best bet of WVU, put it into the parlay, and it not break your rule? Is my question.
Alex is saying he will never best bet West Virginia, and he'll never put West Virginia into the Buddy Lay himself.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes,
That's
I will not do it myself, but if you do it, that's fine.
Okay.
I got
And
you,
Neme.
Jim. I'm gonna go with UCLA minus 2.5 at UNLV.
I hope this motherfucker hits so bad. Because
Do
it's
you
all
not have that every other week?
UCLA or
no,
the
like this is
parlay?
one I'm like, this is risky as all get out.
I almost said Delaware.
And we do realize, Jim, that all of these bets have like probably the same odds.
Right, but like these are ones that I would never pick.
Got it.
Minus the Ole Miss pick and the Steelers pick. Like there are three I would never pick those.
Mm-hmm. Now we get into Jim's Supa Dawg Pick.
The Titans.
Alex. Wait, hold on. Sound effect.
Oh yeah. The Titans.
Jim takes the Titans money line as 7.5-point dogs.
I like it. Nice pick, Jim. I'm
Thank
with you.
Taking on the Broncos in Mile High.
I think it's the best one to win.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, now we get into a little bit of an explanation here and the rules that Alex and I are following. As was stated at the beginning, Alex and I will both be placing bets on every NFL game, keeping track of units up and down.
Are we doing the Survivor
The
thing?
rules. We'll do that before or after.
Let's do
I
it
would do that
last.
before. All right, do it last. I'm with Neme. Screw it. He supports me. I support him.
Alex, you are going to go first because I have two consecutive picks in my draft that I have to.
Fair enough. So we're doing the rules at the end.
You can establish your rules, which I think are the same as mine.
My rules are similar to what Muff's rules will ultimately be. I'm gonna pick get some bet either over under or a line or a money line if it's I can do a money line favorite if it's like 3.5 or less. and I'm gonna do it and see what happens. Will be tracking by units and seeing if I'm like up or down. So I am making it a thing now that so my first pick's the Eagles -8.5 versus the Cowboys, and I had put it in here as odds of +143 because there was an odds boost, and I will be using that to my advantage to try to get up some units, and I want the actual calculations to be correct. So I'm using that.
Alex's rules. Alex's rules for Alex's bets.
Yeah. So I can do
You
whatever I
don't
want.
like his rules?
Huh?
You not like his rules?
I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of using odds boosts in this endeavor, but these are Alex's rules, so I will
Well,
not
I feel
argue
like there's
against
an
them.
art.
I will just state my opinion.
There's an art to picking which game I'm going to put the odds boosts on.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna because I haven't put my bets in to lock them in yet, and I will, but I don't know exactly what my odds will be yet, other than the +143 to get rid of a boost I had. I'm just
So you're
gonna tell
making
you
this
what.
up as you go along.
No,
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you my pick. I'm just gonna tell you my picks. So
okay.
Eagles -8.5 versus the Cowboys. The Chiefs Chargers under 45.5. The Commanders -5.5 versus the Giants. Panthers Jags under 46.5. Steelers -2.5 at the Jets. Raiders at Patriots under 43.5. Cardinals -6.5 at the Saints. Bengals -5.5 at the Browns. Dolphins +1.5 at the Colts. Falcons +1.5 versus the Bucks. Broncos -7.5 at versus the Titans. 49ers money line at the Seahawks. Lions +2.5 at Packers. Rams -3 versus Texans. Ravens Bills, I'm sticking with my gut, over 50.5. Vikings at Bears under 48.5.
So those are Alex's rules and how Alex is doing it. I am also obviously in the same endeavor here, putting a bet on every game, keeping track of units up and down. I have my odds locked in. The group can confirm I have my odds locked in. I locked them in on Tuesday night because that's when I had the time to sit down and take care of this. I will allow myself to bet a moneyline favorite if the spread is 3.5 or lower. If it is above 3.5, I have to bet the points, the cover points. So that is my only thing. I'm not going to use odds boosts, I'm not going to do anything like that, but I am allowing myself to pick moneyline favorites at 3.5 or lower spreads. So that being said, I'm going to take the Cowboys at Eagles under 47.5 in Thursday Night Football. Chiefs at Chargers over 45.5 in Friday Night Football. In Brazil, Commanders cover 5.5, hosting the Giants. Panthers plus the points, going to Duval, getting 3.5. Steelers cover 2.5, traveling to New York to take on the Jets. Raiders, Patriots under 43.5. Cardinals cover 6.5, traveling to New Orleans. Browns, Bengals over the points, over 47.5. Dolphins, Colts over 46.5. Bucks, Falcons over 47.5. Titans plus the points, traveling to the Mile High Stadium in Denver. 49ers Seahawks over 43.5. Lions money line, traveling to Lambeau. Texans Rams over 44.5. Ravens Bills under 50.5. And in Monday Night Football, give me the Bears money line hosting the Minnesota Vikings.
I have one change to mine. And it's not a copy of one of yours, so I can explain. The Vikings at Bears.
Non-committal. Got it.
The Vikings at Bears over underline changed, and I no longer liked it, so I'm changing that one to Vikings -1.5 at the Bears.
Mm-hmm. There will be many games this year where Alex and I are in conflict, so I'm not even going to try to keep track of it.
No.
All right. Next, we get into our survivor picks in the NFL, and I'm going to let Neme take this away to discuss how we're doing this and what we're going to do to keep track of it.
Wait, before we go into that, I have questions about you, Muff. Just one right now. Why are you doing this?
Because I want to understand for myself what these units up and down will be if I force myself to bet NFL games, which historically for me has been one of my worst sports as far as betting goes. So this is forcing me to maybe do a little bit more recon and research into all NFL games and see where it ends up.
And I'm just doing it because Muff's doing it.
I mean, I knew that. You didn't have to.
And I don't want to be left
Appreciate
out.
You had FOMO. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Neme.
So pretty simple. So survivor pool. A lot of people run them, but I figured we'd run one as a group. And basically, all you have to do is pick a winner every week. Any game, one winner, but you just can't use that team again the rest of the year. So this week, for example, the Eagles are 8.5-point favorites. I could take them, like, it's only money lines. So I take the Eagles this week and hope they win against the Cowboys, which, figuring that they're minus 8.5, sounds like they might. But I can never use them again. So anyway, that's how we're going to do it. And I think we're going to start with Muff if you're ready. If you're not, we can start with Jim. Okay, Muff is ready. And we're going to start with Muff on who his Survivor Week 1 pick is for the NFL season.
Give me the Cardinals. Traveling to New Orleans. Because I don't know if I would find a time to use them any other week.
And that is how the game's played. Jim?
I'm taking the Patriots.
All right. What are they? 2.5-point favorites? Okay. Good.
Yep.
Good one. Alex?
I'm taking the Steelers.
And I'm going to follow Alex, and I'm going to take the Steelers as well. That concludes this week's Survivor.
What happens if we both lose? Like, everybody loses this week.
And we can restart it.
Yeah, so basically, I think the way it should work is we go until there's a winner, and then we can start over, kind of
And
thing.
then we see who wins the most.
Yeah, and then we can see who wins the most. Yeah, there's usually these Survivor pools have hundreds of people in them, and still by like week 10, no one's left. So,
right.
Yeah, it's NFL. It's really hard because anyone can win on any given day. They're professional athletes. So, but yeah, that's how we'll do it. We'll go until there's one left. They get a win, and we start over.
Yep. What was it Kevin Kisner that said, this ain't a hobby?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the one. All right, everybody, that wraps up week 2, sports stuff, betting stuff, college football 2025 edition. As a reminder, you can catch us at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram, Twitter, Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff on Facebook, on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, rate, review, poke, like, tickle.
Get the bell on.
Ding, ding.
And if I can somehow figure out how to wrangle this circus, maybe in future weeks we'll go onto YouTube Live.
We're not trusted. Got it.
Looking forward to it.
In fact, I think verbatim said, I cannot trust the original 2 in addition to me to this group, and I don't know what that looks like when we add a third that is supporting one of those original.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
So careers could be ruined, lives could be turned upside down.
I got more F-bombs on this show than the OG show.
But until next week, when the Supa Dawg Pick makes a roaring, roughing dog of a comeback, when that Buddy Lay Parlay tucks you sweetly into bed, and whenever the Mike Alstott Hit Stick Pick of the Week goes 2-0, we are going to have a...
Payday!